Hey, let's do a Q&A. Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm a paramedic and current nursing student, and welcome to The Real Truth. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos we upload on Wednesdays and Sundays, and let's go ahead and get started. Got these 7 questions from keithrn.com. Be sure to check out his webpage and check out his personal take on it. These 7 questions are going to be from my takes. What are you willing to give up to make school a priority? Wow, that's a loaded question because there's birthdays, holidays, life, hanging out with your buddies. All these things play a factor, and to be honest with you, it kind of puts everything on hold when you're in nursing school, because the first step is you got to figure out what's your learning style, you got to figure out how you gel, and there's going to be a lot of busy work. There's going to be a lot of schedules to meet and a lot of assignments to complete. And that can take a toll on your family life. It can take a toll on your friendships. You have to be willing to put that to the side. If you're looking for a career change to make it more fulfilling for what you're doing, or you're just doing it because it's always been a goal, you're going to have to basically focus on time management, prioritizing what's important enough, and allowing that little stopgap for when life kind of comes in the way to prepare for it. Ironically, everything will be fine before you go into nursing school, but then the moment you start, like, everybody wants to come to your problems, and you have to basically prioritize and cut it off from there. What is your passion in life? For me, I guess it would be like brain teasers, problem solving. Because for the most part, I'm a very big video gamer, anime watcher, and that type of whatnot. So I guess up to a certain extent with playing video games, and then also watching different animes, it works into the aspect of critical thinking. So it kind of goes through there. And I really do like things like chess and different things where you have to figure out a problem. So if I can find a problem, find a solution, that is a pretty big thing for me, and I actually do like working with other people, so it kind of works together. It's the reason why I became a medic, because you come to solve a problem, and yeah, like, it kind of, healthcare kind of presents a problem, and then you are along this guy's progress in order to solve said problem. Do you easily identify with feelings of others? I want to say yes and no. Like, yes, because from a personal level, because I allow the person to talk, and then by having the person that come to you to talk and find a solution, them talking you're gonna learn a lot more about them and what their problem presents if you just allow them to speak. You can give a minimum, they have to range depending on the situation, but if you ask the right questions, you can basically identify what's going on. You can get a good vibe, you can relate to the person, and then at that point, depending on the situation, if it's an emergency situation, you got to be strict to the point, but you got to build a rapport with the patient, and I do feel like that does come easy to me. It's about, in all reality, feeling the vibe of the room and basically figuring out what questions that this person wants to go, and then go from there. But that's my take of it. Okay, good one. Do you enjoy and find fulfillment in serving others? This one's a big one, because if you really don't care about being around people, it's probably not really a good idea to even consider nursing school. Like, there's pretty other professions where you don't really have minimum contact with people. There's electricians, there's carpenters, there's plumbers, there's marketing, and there's a lot of stuff that you can basically even do online, especially with COVID going on. So if you don't feel fulfillment by basically serving others, you may want to look into the other field before you go into nursing school, before you spend a good amount of money and invest in this much, Do you possess a strong work ethic? Because nursing school is a lot of busy work, and you do have to dedicate time to study. You have to dedicate time to understand the lectures. You have to dedicate how to basically adjust to tests, and it's not a cakewalk. like even if you know the material, you still have to do the assignments that is pretty time consuming. So you have to have a good work ethic and time management, at least to even get through nursing school. And from what everything that I heard from everybody else, like the moment you graduate is when the learning really begins. So because there's a lot more once you could take the classroom to the real world and the actual practice. So you're definitely going to need a strong work ethic, so you don't burn yourself out or you just feel like you're wasting your time. Because if you want the easiest type of job with it, you might want to look elsewhere. That's just the reality of it, because you could potentially be in really stressful situations and you're that guy that everybody's going to blame. How do you handle conflict with others? You have to assess the situation. What's the problem in the first place? Recognizing the problem is the first step that you need to find out, because you can't really solve an issue or bring down a conflict unless you find out what the problem is. Two, remain neutral. So speak in neutral zone. Allow them to tell you the issue, and that way you can talk to them in a respectable manner to come to a solution. I've never tried to elevate my voice, because elevation of the voice can basically cause further conflict. So I stay at a particular level, and if they're talking, I'll be like, "Sir, I'm trying to talk to you right now. I'm trying to find a solution. Help me help you find a solution," and then we go from there. Usually, when I talk like this, and they're yelling, I was like, "Why are you yelling? I'm talking to you normal." 9 times out of 10, they're basically calm down and basically talk with you at the same level. So that, a good amount of the time, kind of de-escalates the situation, and we go from there. Why do I want to become a nurse? I want to become a nurse because a nurse has a complete knowledge of healthcare. They have peds, they have maternal, they have mental health, they have emergency, they have med surge, they have cardiac. You can do anything with nursing. So I like that broad aspect that you can go anywhere with it. And then if you want to pursue like a graduate degree level, you can teach, you can do autonomy, you can do so many different things. You can even become a provider with the nurse practitioner. You can do family nurse practitioner if you want to be a primary provider, or you can become an acute care gerontology nurse practitioner if you want to basically do critical care and ER from the ages of 13 to death, pretty much. Like, so nursing gives you freedom, and if you want to work in healthcare, it gives you so much room for growth. And even if, and that's not even going into the aspect if you wanted to become an entrepreneur, like if you want to basically open up your own BLS, PALS, ACLS, or if you want to become like a healthcare recruiter, or if you, it's the opportunities are endless in nursing. So that's the key reason why. And then I feel as though they have the most time with the patients, and you're actually doing more of the work, actual work. You're coming up with plans, but that's more of like the physician's job to basically do. But you're the one, when everything goes down, everybody is going to be asking you what is going on with this patient, because you're the one that's going to have the most information. So that's the reason why I chose to basically become a nurse. So after going through these 7 questions and answering them from my perspective right here, what's your take right here? These 7 questions are definitely fundamental for when you're about to start, and it gets you at least in a mindset of what to really expect and how to actually prepare for nursing school, because it's going to demand a lot of sacrifice, but at the end of the day, it's doable. Biggest thing's just time management and just being able to pick apart those assignments, and it's just taking it a day at a time to the point where like you have your success.